Hi guys, welcome to our channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Jim.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are full-timers on the road in our RV, and it's been 13 months since we hit the road, a little over 13 months since we hit the road. And we thought we'd give an update as to how we feel about our full-time life.
3, 2, 1, action.
Full-timing isn't for everybody, and there are pluses and minuses to it that anybody considering full-timing needs to consider. And so the positives?
We get to go and at our own pace, which is really cool. If we don't want to go anywhere, we don't. We can see everything that America has, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, we get to explore some pretty neat places in this country, and it's, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and we get to discover that as a couple, and that's kind of a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
That was pretty important to us when we first started. Another part of the positives is we don't have a home that we have to maintain and spend money on while we're on the road. If you're part-timing, you know, weekenders, you've got the expense of the RV and maybe a tow vehicle if you've got a tow behind, but you've also got the expense of keeping up your house and property taxes, etc., etc. So we don't have that burden, if you will, if you want to call it a burden, that we have to worry about. We also get to meet a lot of good people while we're on the road, and that's something that we really enjoy, is meeting different people. And we've met a lot of great people in the last 13 months.
Absolutely.
And some that we call very good friends that we'll stay in contact with for a long, long time. Another positive is that we get to travel while we're still young and healthy. We like to hike, we like to bike, we like to walk, we like to get out and explore, and we want to be able to do that while we're still young enough to enjoy it. One of the other positives is that, believe it or not, we live in 400 square feet.
And that can sometimes be a negative, but most of the time it's positive.
Yeah, it just it takes us very little time to clean the coach.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So let's talk about the negatives. There are negatives to full-timing.
Yes, there is. The first year I had guilt because, you know, leaving the kids, the parents, and our friends, and it was just all me. They never made me feel guilty or anything, but that was a hard thing for me to get through for the first almost year.
Yeah, most of our family lives here in Eastern Washington, and my mom and dad, my sister, I have a niece here in town with her family, our middle daughter and her family, our son, they all live in Eastern Washington, and we felt a little guilty leaving them. But the negative is that most of our family lives here in Washington State, and it was tough to miss holidays and birthdays and special events.
Yeah, it really was.
One of the other negatives is that we don't have a home to build wealth with.
Right.
So owning a home is part of the American dream, if you will, and although I could get into a debate with some people about that, but we're not building wealth, so to speak, with an RV. RV and the associated vehicles are depreciating assets.
Right.
And they're not going to build wealth by any means.
No.
We're often asked, how did we get to this point? And in 2016, I full-time retired.
For the first time.
I retired early in 2007, and then I took a job as a contractor for a few years after that. And so in 2016, I retired full-time. And we thought, okay, with our newfound freedom, let's get out and explore, since we loved RVing so much. And we went out and took a 2-month trip from Washington State to Florida and back. Because Kelly had never seen the Gulf Coast, we thought it'd be a good opportunity for us as a couple to go explore some of the Gulf Coast area.
And that was the longest time we ever went out.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could handle 2 months.
Yeah. And since we were going to be on the road, our kids all decided to get together and meet up with us in Yellowstone on our way back home. So that was really, really cool. And
It was the first time the whole family with all of the kids and grandkids got to be together.
yeah,
And so that was so special.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And while we were waiting for the kids to get to Yellowstone, Kelly met a lady that had been full-timing for over 9.5 years.
That boggled my brain. I couldn't even imagine being in an RV for 9 years.
Yeah, so she kind of clamped onto her and
Asked her 1,000 questions.
yeah, and learned a lot, didn't you?
I did.
And it was at that point that we kind of started talking about living in an RV.
He was more into it than I was at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah,
I just couldn't imagine being on the road in that small RV full time.
but it got the conversation started.
It did.
And
That's
so
right.
we had a blast at Yellowstone. We had a great time down south along the Gulf
Yes.
Coast. And when we got home, our grass and weeds were waist high, and we never did catch up with all the
No.
maintenance that we had to do before winter hit.
So yeah, it was hard.
So the maintenance, I scrambled real hard to try to keep up with the maintenance. She never did get her garden planted that year because we got home so
No,
late.
no.
And winter hit, and then we thought, okay, that was a lot of fun, so let's see what we can do next year. So we started planning our next trip. And so we had the freedom of 2 months while we were out on the road in 2016. So in 2017, we said, all right, let's go out for 4 months. Off we went for 4 months, and at the end of the 4 months, we weren't ready to come home.
And you have to realize that we had started watching RVs, full-time RVers on YouTube.
Yeah,
Which kind of stoked my interest a little bit. And so that is kind of what took me over
that's true.
the edge.
Yeah,
was
that's
that.
true.
Yeah.
So when we did finally get home after the 4 months, we found that the maintenance had to be done again, and we
Oh
were
my
way
gosh.
behind, and there was no way we were going to get it all done
I was
before
so
winter
tired of
again.
gardening, it was ridiculous.
So it was at that point we said, okay, if we're going to continue on this lifestyle, whether it be full-time RV or long-term RV, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months out of the year, then there was just no way we could keep up our property
No.
and go on the road.
No.
We decided to downsize, purge, if you will.
That was exciting.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video, but we decided to downsize and purge and sell the house and try going on the road full time.
Yeah.
So in the spring of 2018, we put the house on the market. It sold rather quickly, and we
very
moved.
quick.
We moved into the RV, and off we went. We went to South Dakota and became residents of South Dakota since we didn't have a home anymore.
Changed our licenses over, so no more Washingtonians.
We'd made arrangements to stay 3 months. We thought we wanted to stay the whole winter in one place, and so
Yeah.
we made arrangements to stay in South Texas, down in the McAllen Mission area. And on our way down, we got to stop with Rochelle and her family and spend time over Christmas with her family, and that was a blast.
Yeah, it was.
But it was chilly, it was cold, and we couldn't wait to get down to South Texas. And so we spent 3 months in South Texas and learned a very valuable lesson about ourselves.
We don't want to stay in one place for 3 months.
That's just not our travel style.
No.
Everybody that full-times is going to have to come up with their own travel style.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of Midwesterners and Canadians that come south, down to South Texas and spend the winter, and they spend 6 months down there and then 6 months up in the Midwest. That just didn't work for us.
No. But I wouldn't change it because it taught us that we don't want to be in one place that long.
Right?
And we like to move around. And being here, how long have we been here? 6 weeks?
Yeah.
And we're getting itchy feet, even
Yeah.
though we love being with our family.
Yeah.
But
So we spent 3 months in South Texas and met a lot of other full-timers
yeah,
and learned a lot.
we learned a lot.
Learned a lot.
It's nice to be able to talk to people who've been there, done that,
Yep.
and tell them where we are headed. Like when we were going to Washington, D.C., we were going up the Carolinas, and we got a lot of information of places to see that you wouldn't normally see because they're out of the way places.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting.
Yep.
To be able to do that.
And some of the full-timers gave us some really good advice for us.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest mistake that full-timers make in their first year is they try to go and see it all
Like they're on vacation.
like they're on vacation.
And you can't live that way. You get exhausted and burned out.
You will, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we kind of learned that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when we got that advice, we decided to slow down a little bit, and I think that has benefited us.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though, because you go and you see a lot, and then you take 2 or 3 days off, and you feel like you need to get out and look and see more,
Yeah.
because you're on a time zone or time frame, and you're not on a time frame.
Nope, 'cause
You're
this is
on
our
your own
life.
time frame.
This is our house. We
Yeah.
we pull our house behind us. And so it allows us to go on our own time frame, on our own timeline, and see the things we want to see and spend the time we want to spend.
So I think that's another thing that we had to learn too, was slow down. You don't have to drive 12 hours to get to one place. You
Yeah.
can take 12 days.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks or whatever.
That's another thing that we've learned is we like to chase 70 to 80 degree weather.
Yes, we don't like snow anymore, so.
And we don't like 100 degrees and 80%
No.
humidity.
Oh, no. No, that's
And
not
this
right.
gives us an opportunity to chase the weather that we like to chase, that we enjoy, and things that we like to do. So we're often asked while we're on the road by other people, what's our favorite place? And we think and we think and we think, and we've talked it over just amongst the two of us, and we really don't have one.
Everything is our favorite because we've never, for me, I've never seen all these places. So I was in awe and amazed.
We enjoy visiting different churches when we're on the road. All the churches have just been overwhelmingly loving and
Absolutely.
welcoming us into their community. It's just been a blast.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun.
So another question that we get asked quite often is, how long are we going to do this? And we don't know.
For now, forever.
Yeah,
We don't know what
we didn't put a time limit on our full-time adventure.
no,
I
it's
know
in
some.
God's hand. We just can't decide right now what's going on. So
Yeah,
take one day at a time.
It's not in our heart to settle down anywhere. And even if we were to be asked today, where would we settle down? I don't have a clue.
I don't either.
I don't know. Every community that we have visited, every part of the country we've visited, has its problems and its blessings. And I just haven't found a place or even felt like settling down in a place at this point. So off we go.
Yeah.
Again, is full-time life for everybody? Absolutely not.
No.
But it's right for us.
Exactly.
At this point in our life.
And if you have an inkling of wanting to know, just go out for 2 weeks together and see how you like it. Go out for a month.
Yeah.
Do what we did, 2 and then 4 months. You're going to probably know if you're going to like it. But if you even think about going full time and your brain's saying, no, then you need to hold off a little bit. Don't just jump in and think it's going to be all grand. Because it's work.
It is. It is. Maintenance on the vehicles, although that's going to happen whether you are full-timing or just a weekending. But there is maintenance to be done. We've experienced a few issues that we've had to have done on the road.
Yeah.
But again, that would happen whether we're full-timing
and it all
or
works
not.
out. It all works out for us.
There's a lot to consider if you're considering full-timing, and we encourage everybody to consider it all. If we were giving anybody advice at this point in our full-time experience, it would be to try it out. Try it out for 2, 4, 6 months. See how you like it. See if you can live in 400 square feet. See if you enjoy each other's company like as much as you think you do.
If you can financially afford it,
Yeah.
that's another thing. Just
Yeah.
don't go on the road and thinking you're going to start a YouTube channel and make a ton of money, because that's not how it works.
Yeah, starting a YouTube channel probably isn't the best way to make money.
No. It's a fun thing.
Yeah. Hey, we do really appreciate you all watching, though, because we're trying to build a community, and you're all part of this community. At least we
right.
hope you are. If you haven't joined our community yet, hit that subscribe button. It really isn't what YouTube calls it. It's not a subscribe button. It is.
Join our community button.
That's exactly what it is.
And hit the notification bell so every time we get a video out, you get notified.
Yeah, we've got some great people that are watching and continually watch us and coordinate
Yeah.
with us.
And we love you all so much.
Oh, this has been a lot of fun. It's been a great journey, and we're happy that you're coming along, and we couldn't do it without you.
That's
so
right.
we'll continue to document our journey, and we hope that you continue to watch us and enjoy us. So in the meantime,
Go out and explore.
thanks for watching.
Bye.